Hi everyone, welcome again to Dutch Guy Reacts. This time I don't have a reaction to a video, but more to a football match. Obviously I can't show the footage because then copyright and all of those kind of things. But I was watching the highlights of Juventus against Torino. I saw it from the Dutch television and English commentary as well. And what I really want to talk about is the handballs that Mathijs de Ligt is making. I was reading an app this morning. It's a Dutch app, Football Zone, and there was this article that it is the third penalty that he's caused this season, and it's his fifth yellow card. So he's going to be suspended for the next match against AC Milan. There were a few things though that I find kind of strange. Simone Rovera from Tuttosport, he was saying that De Ligt has a great season, so he's getting some compliment. He is getting a compliment, but he is also wondering if it is so difficult to block a ball with your hands on your back. I find that a bit strange. I can't remember when I was a defender or as a midfielder or whatever, when I was in our own 16-yard box, I can't remember I ever had my hands on my back. I find it strange. When I was, let me talk about the highlights first. You know, if you watch the highlights and you're gonna watch the moment you see that a shot is coming in, he is moving, he's trying to position himself so he can block the ball. The shot is coming in and he's turning away, right? He has his hands in front of him. So if he turns away, the ball bounces on his thigh against his hand. What I always learned is that a handball is when your hand is moving towards the ball, not when the ball is moving towards your hand, or if your hands are in a unnatural position. I think if you're turning away and you have your hands behind you, it makes even less sense. So I don't quite understand this comment from Simone Rovera. If a ball is going towards a certain height, I think most men will try to turn their hip that way to protect some goods. So yeah, to me this comment doesn't make sense at all. I find it very illogical if you're defending to put your hands on your back because you need your arms as well for balancing and whatnot. And besides that, if you're turning away and you have your hands on your back, to me it doesn't make sense. Then Corriere dello Sport, they're showing pictures to show that it is not the fault of Mathijs de Ligt, and I think they actually do a good job. Like, as I said before, the ball is bouncing off his thigh against his arm. What is he gonna do about it? There is nothing he can do to... There is such a short space of time, such a small window of opportunity to move his arm away. Humanly, it's impossible to move your arm in that frame, in that time frame. You know, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So I think Corriere dello Sport did a really good thing by putting the pictures and showing like, hey, it's not this guy's fault. You can't do anything about it. So I thought a penalty was a bit... You can give it, you know, you can give it. But I thought it was harsh. And then to give him a yellow card as well, then I think, for what? How many times did he see the replay? Doesn't he see that the ball is bouncing off? It's not his fault. There is nothing he can do about it. And then you're going to penalize him, so he's going to be suspended. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying the referee is keeping a book with him or pre-match he is studying like, oh, I should book this guy because then he's missing a game against AC Milan. I don't think it works like that. But I think it is silly to book someone for this, because there's nothing he could have done. Let's continue. Il Messaggero. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but they're calling it a naive moment. Was it naive? I don't think so. You can let me know what you think in the comments, but I don't think it was naive. He's trying to block the shot. He's trying to put his body in the way of the shot, in the line of the shot. He is turning away though. Maybe he shouldn't have. But to call that naive, I find that a bit strange as well. Tutto mercato web. They call it more bad luck, and in man marking, he didn't make a single mistake. So I think, you know, I agree with them. It was bad luck. And other than that, he didn't make a mistake. There is a video somewhere as well where he is taking the ball from Belotti. There are more newspapers or news sites, apps, whatever. They're saying that physically he was dominating Ferdi and Belotti, and that he didn't make a single mistake. So, what do you want to call it? He's a great defender, but this season it seems that he has a lot of bad luck. So, you know, I hope the best for him next season, and probably even more so when he's playing for the national team. So maybe we can be European champion again. It's been a long time, but yeah, let's move on. Angelo Di Livio, he was saying it was bad luck as well, but he has some questions since this is not an incident. It's been a reoccurring thing. All the handballs that he has made this season, though I think as you can look them back and you will see quite a few that there is nothing that he can do about. He had a period when he was playing for the Dutch national team as well, where he made 1 or 2 handballs, I believe. I can't remember if it was for Juve or for the national team, where the ball was really high and it bounces up behind him and he has his hand a bit to his side, I think, and the ball bounces up. He didn't even see the ball, right? There was not a shot on goal, there was nothing going on, and boom, penalty against. So I thought it was kind of strange to penalize someone for that. And they can't give a free kick? If you really want to penalize, you can't give a free kick for something silly like that. If a player doesn't see the ball and he make a handball, you can see in the body language if someone knows where the ball is, right? Because you can't play stupid. You have to look, the ball is there, I'm gonna put my hand like here, I'm gonna look that way, and then somebody shoots and oh, I didn't know. But that's not the case. That wasn't the case. So yeah, then we have Calcio Mercato, and they're saying that he kept his arms a bit wide, apparently. To me, if you keep your arms wide is when you spread them, but he was keeping his hands in front of him. He didn't want to make hands. You can see that he's putting his hands in front of his body, but as he turns away, his hands are still positioned in front of his body. The ball bounces off his thigh. What do you want the guy to do? So I think, you know, it would be nice if people would cut him a bit more slack. I think I'm not standing up for him because he's a Dutch guy, though this is Dutch Guy Reacts, you know. So, but it just amazes me when I read the comments on YouTube and everything as well, and now I see in the app, I see what newspapers write and all of that stuff, and I just find it strange. I find it strange because then I think they can see this as well, no? And those guys that write in the newspaper or something, they never played football. They don't know what's going on. All they know is the desk and their equipment. I don't know. Anyway, this was just a short video. I think 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more reaction videos. I made a video about Cruyff, but that one was taken down. I guess the guy that didn't make it, that made the video didn't like it, that I was commenting on it or something like so, or that someone is using his content. I will try to find a different one. So Cruyff, Van Basten is on the list, Rijkaard is on the list, Gullit. What else do we got? Well, there's a bunch, and then I kind of want to do all the generation first, though Bergkamp isn't really part of that generation, but and then work my way towards the now. And maybe in between I will throw some videos of like Robert Nesta, which I really like. I really like Nesta. Ronaldinho, how can you not like Ronaldinho? It's one of my favorite players, that's for sure. So yeah, more stuff's coming. So keep on checking, and yeah, see you next time.